welcome to Animaze, the stories of Kevin Seymour. I'm your host, Aramis, and this is episode 12 of the show, update log number 5. Thank y'all so much for y'all's patience. It has been very busy. I just got back from Salt Lake City, from the NostalgiaCon, Salt Lake City. I did some research out there along with doing some gig work, so specifically audio work for the NostalgiaCon, running some of their panels, all that fun stuff. In regards to the project, I got to meet some really amazing people, got to connect with people I had already been in touch with, specifically like Richard Epcar and his wife, Ellen. It was just Richard there, but I'm excited to interview both of them soon. I got to meet up with Michelle Ruff, who I'd met once before, along with her husband, MixterEd, who I did not realize was one of the audio engineers on my list, so I'm really excited for that. He had worked on Code Geass, my favorite anime, and according to him, he has a signed script from the final episode of Season 1 and a poster completely signed by the entire cast. So I am a little bit jealous, but, he was there. But no, I look forward to picking his brain. He mentioned to me that he could get me in touch with some high-up people on my list. I'm going to leave those a mystery, but there are definitely people I've been wanting to talk to about this project. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do for me. In regards to just overall things I got signed for the project, the shirt I've been working on for a while, that's supposed to be a memorial piece for Kevin. I got 5 new signatures on there. I got Richard Epcar, Johnny Young Bosch, Kari Walgren, MixterEd, and Michelle Ruff. 5 more on there. Another 1,000,000 to go. And I think I'm getting it signed in Houston. If not, I know in Dallas for sure there's a NostalgiaCon out there that I'll be able to get somebody on there. And then Anaheim after that with Mona. Also, before I get too far down the rabbit hole, if you haven't noticed, my audio sounds less crappy. I finally figured out my ground looping issue, and instead of going one of my outputs straight into my mic jack, I'm actually plugging this in via its data cable. So I'm getting the noise gate finally. I'm getting my proper EQing finally. And you don't hear that zzz sound, which means that I will be redoing, not for this episode, but I will be redoing the opening sting for the podcast, because now I can get this clean sounding data without the ground looping. Mind you, I do like a bit of the ground sound with the just because it is a vinyl record. I personally like the sound, but I want to clean it up for this. And I still want to do maybe a remix down the line. We shall see. I also have been picking up on new speaking techniques. If you notice, there are less pops. I don't even have a pop filter on this thing. I am holding it, for this one, I'm holding it really close to my chin. I saw during panels that's what a lot of the actors were doing. So when I'm recording some of these more intimate director's logs, production logs, it feels a lot more personal having it here than having it on the stand, which makes it easier for me to talk, if I'm being honest. Besides that, I got a few more interviews lined up. I know I haven't released an episode in a while, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, and that's going to change. It has to. I need to get these out right, and I need to get them out soon, so I can keep the momentum going that I started. Now, with that said, what is next for the show? And that's easy. First, of course, this director's log is going to come out, and then I have another episode lined up. I'm going to do an easier one for myself, one that I can do from memory, and mention a few stories that I got to hear from Mixter, from Ed and Michelle whenever I got to talk with them. But it's going to be about Code Geass as just a filler episode, because that is 50 episodes of my favorite anime. I want to do it right, but I want to mix them in stuff that I can be passionate about, talk about, and then I'm working on an episode on Guyver still. I know I haven't talked about Guyver in a while, but it's something that I still want to release. I am also working on watching through Orgus. I think that one's super dimensional. Could be mistaken. I know Jonathan or Tom might give me grief for mixing those up, or Victor. Next, I am working on the archive. I know there hasn't been an update on that thing in months. It takes a while to program. I am a coder, but for this project, I'm not touching any artificial automation tools. I'll leave it at that. And so if I'm going to automate anything, it's going to be by hand. I'm working on some Java code right now that will make it easier for me to just plug in my Excel data and convert it into HTML. I have a plan for that where I'm going to be using it. I think I'm using it on Guyver. My guy, one of my first dedicated fans of the show, sent me another cast list for Guyver. Very detailed with pseudonyms. I always appreciate the help on that. It saves me a load of effort. So thank you so much for that. I'll be plugging in that data into my Excel sheet, running that. Hopefully, if I get it down to a science, it means I can just plug in all my research data and it will automatically turn it into HTML code. All that would be left for me to do is then get the files together, which is a little bit tricky, especially with bigger cast lists, but we'll see how it goes. Now, I do want to wrap this up soon just because I know I'm going to have a lot of work ahead of me. My next shows lined up are going to be as follows. I will be at the Mockingbird Lane this coming March, I think March 27th through 29th. I will be working that as staff, so if you're in the city of San Antonio, please come check me out. After that, I will be at an 18-plus show called Creators After Dark, repping one of my other local shows, so if you are out there, please give me, come say hi at our booth. And then the following weekend after that, April 10th through 12th, I will be at the NostalgiaCon Houston, running their audio, their video, and their IT equipment, and driving. I wear a lot of hats, so. And then after that, I got a few more NostalgiaCons lined up, including Dallas and Anaheim. So it's going to be a busy few months. I have a few more things starting up too that I'm hoping will help with my financial situation. The lights don't stay on for free. Unfortunately, I wish they did, but this project will get done. To cap it all off, I have started the grueling process of writing out the documentary. I have an idea for the ending already. I've already told a few actors what I've been planning to do for the ending of the documentary. The opening, I want to start from the beginning. I want to start with Books Nippon. Or even before Books Nippon. I want to start with that, which is why I'm happy to say I've been in touch with Robert Napton. Hopefully he can help me in filling in those blanks and kind of getting that beginning part structured, and then I will go from there. Other than that, being a dad is a lot of work. That's why, if you want the honest opinion, these episodes have been taking so long to record, is my boy comes first. And raising him takes a lot of energy. He's almost 2 years old. Love him to death. But yeah, I really hope y'all enjoy this log. I know it's been a minute. I meant to record this while I was in Salt Lake, but my body would not let me. So with that said, I hope you enjoy the next few episodes of Animazing, the stories of Kevin Seymour. I hope y'all enjoy my new audio quality. And please, comment if there's any specific Animaze property you want to hear about. If you enjoy these logs being formatted this way, kind of just a weekly update, if you would. And please, let's make sure that Kevin's story is told. One person at a time, one anime at a time, 1 minute at a time. Thank you so much, and I look forward to keep doing this because I'm having a lot of fun. I really am. Thank you so much. One last thing that I forgot to record and I'm adding it right at the end, so apologies for that, is I plan on streaming more when I can. Specifically, I plan on streaming me working on the archive, me watching, or not watching, playing through Animaze video games in particular, and I also plan on streaming me editing long scripts or long recordings like this. So please stay tuned to that. Apologies for this being strapped to the end, but it also lets me say, let Kevin play us out.